Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Aboagye and I create content on studying abroad. In today's video, I have with me Prince Boateng, and he's going to share with us his experience in studying abroad. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, this will be the perfect time to subscribe. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. So, Prince, before we start, could you introduce yourself?
All right, thank you, Barbara. My name is Prince Boateng. I'm pursuing my bachelor's degree in economics and business, University of Cassino and Southern Lazio, Italy.
You're pursuing your bachelor's in English?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Taught.
I couldn't hear you.
I said it's fully English taught program.
Okay, that's great. University of Cassino, no.
University of Cassino and Southern Lazio.
Okay, that's perfect. So, before we start, what were the documents you needed to apply to the university?
All right. For bachelor's, I needed my WASI certificate, transcript, recommendation letter, and an English proficiency certificate from my senior high school. But now they don't need the English proficiency certificate from your high school again. They need you to take an actual English proficiency exams like IELTS, Duolingo, or Cambridge.
Okay, interesting. Do you know the reason for the change?
Apparently, we've been struggling with them for some time now, and they are trying to, in most cases, Ghana and most of the African countries don't really fall under countries that uses English as their mother language or something like that. There is deficiency within the English language score, so you need a certificate to actually prove your proficiency in the language. So that's the reason why. But there are some other English countries and some countries that have been excluded. So it's quite.
But is it possible to request for a waiver, like just send them an email to request for a waiver? And is this the case for all universities in Italy, or is just University of Cassino?
Just our university. Most of the universities, that's how they do it. If you had your bachelor's certificate in English, fully taught in English, you are exempted from English proficiency. Or if you are coming from a country that is an English-speaking country and you've been there for the past 6 years, and more, you'll be exempted from the English proficiency. So every university have their criteria for selecting or exempting students from English proficiency exams. Okay,
perfect. So the next question is, when applying for how does one calculate their WAEC to the Italian gradient system? How do you convert the WAEC to the Italian gradient system?
With that one, they've not really given any guidelines to it, but they will require for sure, and mostly on the site they give is be below A1 to C6 for the core programs. That is English and mathematics. For English and mathematics, it would be between A to 6. There is the basic requirement.
So once you get that, you are good to go.
Yes, once you get that, you are good to go. You are good
to go. Sure. Okay. And is there when is the application window? Like, when do you have to, if you want to study in Italy, when do you apply to the school?
In Italy, we have the pre-selection. So most schools pre-selection. So the pre-selection mostly opens from November coming down the line. So, for instance, for this academic year that we are about to enter, the 2023-2024, the pre-selection was opened last year, 2020, from November, December, up until like January, February, the first session. And some of the universities have first session application period that is mostly from January to February, mostly January, February. Then they would close it, then they will reopen again, maybe March or ending of March to the mid of April or ending of April, around that time. And if there are still available chances, they open again for international students. So first, the call is given to the international students because they need documentations and all processes. So theirs are a bit earlier than someone who's already.
Okay. So if I understand, the application window, there's like about 2 or 3 application window during the year, and it starts from November. So if you want to study from November, you have to start.
Yes, you can check them from November going down to January, because there you can get pre-selection period. Then you can apply for the school from that time.
Okay. So what is the pre-selection? What is this? What is this pre-selection?
The pre-selection is mainly for international students, right? So either course with all your documentations, then you are going to give a response from the uni. And mostly the University of Sapienza have this this procedure. So you apply to the program you would like to pursue in the uni. They evaluate your documents and they will let you know, okay, you have been accepted. Then the pre-enrollment letter will be given to you, which you use it to get your enrollment done for your visa applications and all other related process.
So when you are pre-selected, they give you a document. You don't have to apply again.
No, you not apply again.
So the pre-selection is more like the application. It's just that it's called pre-selection.
Exactly. Yes, you don't need to apply again. What you have to do is, once you have been given that notice, a call will be open on University Italy. Is a website or a portal that they use to collect all applications from international students in Italy. So from there, what happens is you apply there with your pre-enrollment details, and your details will be sent to the university. The university will verify your application and send it back to the embassy. So once you get that is where you can apply for your visa. So they have our system that controls all applications within the academic year. So once you have the pre-selection, you are accepted, you get your pre-enrollment letter. Then, and some schools don't give pre-enrollment letter at the moment. For instance, my school give you a pre-enrollment letter. Why? Because once you are selected, all that you have to do is to go online, go to the University Italy site, type the necessary details, apply over there. The school receive your application, then they will verify your application, then they will send it back to the embassy. Then you can begin your visa process.
Okay. And is it the same case for masters, or is just a PhD, or just for
everyone?
Everyone. Okay.
You need to pass through that system.
Okay. So the next question is, how is the cost of tuition and living expenses? Like, how much is their tuition fees, and what's the living expenses?
All right, tuition fee ranges. The minimum for now is 156 euros.
Okay.
Yeah, because the reason is, when you pay that amount, the probability of you not paying anything extra is higher, right? Because any student fall below the required amount of the required amount of family income to pay more, because most guys go below that limit. And some schools also have 800 euros per annum. For instance, my school, our tuition fee is 800 euros. And mind you, education is subsidized in Europe. Education in Europe. So that's why they have low cost of tuition. But the highest you can go in a public university might be 4,000 euros, which I doubt, apparently, because I've not really seen a public university charging more than 5,000 euros. It's between 2,000 and 3,000.
Okay. So from what I understand, you pay tuition based on your family income. So the more income you make, the more tuition you pay.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. And how is it? Just tell us your story. How did you end up in Italy? How has your experience been like?
All right. So personally, for me, I came to Italy on a family reunion visa, meaning I
Mm.
came to unite with my family once again in Italy. And before entering, I knew the opportunity to study in English here in Italy.
Okay.
So I make sure I got everything done in Ghana before coming. So once I entered, I needed to wait 1 year, and the reason was our certificate was not ready. Right after high school in Ghana, you don't have the YX certificate. It
Okay.
wasn't ready for admission because I needed to do the declaration of value and all other needed processes. So I waited for the following academic year. Then I began studying English here in Italy. So far, it has been okay because in my uni, we have a good international community.
Okay.
There are opportunities for you to, um, expand your circle and also expand your thoughts, your ideologies, and your interpersonal relations with other people from many other places, from Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, all the stands. I've got interaction with them. Ethiopia, um, Tanzania, they are good number, and even Italians themselves. So for now, on the academic level, it's quite okay for me. And also, aside the academic level, in our interpersonal relationship, I've also learned a lot.
Mhm. Okay, that's great. So, I mean, I studied in English. What are some of the universities in Italy that allows you to study for a
In,
bachelor's degree in English? Yeah.
the universities, okay, charity begins at home. So let me first mention my university's name.
Okay.
University of Southern Lazio offer bachelor's degree in economics and business in English.
Mhm.
Sapienza, University of Sapienza, that's the largest university in Europe.
Wow.
They
Okay.
offer um, about 7 courses in English in
Okay.
Italy, and they have nursing fully
Okay.
taught in English. And
Wow. Okay.
um, Tor Vergata, University of Tor Vergata have medicine fully taught in English, and
Wow.
they
Okay.
have fully taught in English as well. And I think they also have nursing fully taught in English. And University of Padova
Okay.
has a good courses in English. University of Venezia, Ca'
Okay.
Foscari, they also have some courses in English. And Bologna, that's the oldest university in the world now. They also have
Wow.
courses in English as well. Bologna has good courses in English as well. And where again? Messina. There's one
Okay.
good in southern part of Italy, Sicily. I don't know if you heard of the Sicily island before. University of Messina has
Okay.
civil English. I think mechanical engineering as well in English. They have data analysis in English. Then they have political science and international relations in English.
From the
So for
from the look of things, it looks like we're going to carry all the Ghanaians to come to Italy.
the the reason is they are not getting the visas. That's the
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we settled, and we are still on it because we are trying our best to get it done within this year so that the
Okay.
opportunity open again for the Ghanaian students because it's a
Mm.
great, very
Okay.
great one.
That's great. So my next question is the tuition is very cheap. Do they offer scholarships or because tuition is cheap, like there are no scholarship opportunities?
There are a lot of scholarship opportunities. As we've discussed earlier, we have the regional scholarship, which is for every student, regional scholarship. The moment you are enrolled as a university student, regardless of your race, like your geographical position, you qualify for it. Whether you are international, whether you're home student, a Ghanaian, Italian, you qualify for the regional scholarship. And after applying for the regional scholarship, from the following years, you need to attain a good academic resource to maintain the scholarship. That's how it works. and also they have other giving scholarship based on your academic performance. And I saw one fantastic news with one Uni Camillus is a private university in Italy, and there was this Ghanaian student who was studying there, and I think she got COVID, and unfortunately we lost her. So the university has a special scholarship for Ghanaian students.
Wow.
If you want.
Okay. Please send me the name. Okay.
I've forgotten the girl's name, but I think the name of the scholarship is the girl's name.
Okay.
So,
No, but I'd like to know the name of the university. I'll check on their website. I'll find it. So that's not even a problem.
if you remind me again. So there are a lot of opportunities here, a whole lot. But the one that is attainable is the regional scholarship.
Okay. So my next question is like, do you work yourself?
Do I work?
Yeah.
At the moment, no. I used to work with the Ghanaian embassy in Rome. I think, but currently I'm not working.
Okay. And what did that job entail? And if somebody is looking for those kind of jobs, how do they find them? Are they like portals where you can find jobs, or you have to walk and knock and be like, do you have a job? Like, if somebody's looking for a job, how do they find jobs?
You're looking for jobs. There are sites. We have this site called Subito. We have it, and with the traditional method as well, you can walk into the job agency offices. Then you drop your CVs, and opportunities you can grab it. And one thing is, at the world that we are currently, getting connected and widening your circle is the fastest way of getting job, because now many people get jobs through their connections or within their circle. So if you really want to get jobs, get opportunities, try to get into the society, get to know the people, get to know people that are around you, people that are already in the system. Talk to them, try to build that kind of friendship relationship with them, because in Italy and in Europe at large, recommendation is a key factor. Being recommended is a key factor rather than you sending your certificates online and stuff. So I would admonish that if you really want to get great opportunities here, widen your circle, get to know people, put the right people within your circle, and it's going to help you more. Whilst you are trying the traditional way of getting job, then you try the modernized way of socialization positively to get something better.
Okay, so my next question is on the kind of visa you have. In Italy, you're treated as an international student. So to study, do you need an extra visa, or just the visa you have for the family reunion, it's okay for you?
Once you get the visa and you enter into the country, you have 8 days to report yourself and your process begin. Once you get the residence permit, that is, you don't work with your visa any longer. So my residence permit currently allows me to work, school, do everything that I would like to do legally. Unless
so are you still treated as an international student, or you are treated as an Italian? Like, what does the residence permit mean?
All right. So when it comes to the application, we have EU assimilated citizens. EU assimilated citizens are students who have the residence permit before applying. Right. Those that are foreign students, that's how they call it in the legal term. So the foreign students, EU assimilated, and EU students. The EU students are citizens or students with the European passports, or people classified as European citizens. Then the EU assimilated citizens are those that have the normal residence permit legally allowed within the country. So that is the category of students now. But when it comes to international students, the funny thing here is, even if you are Italian and you are studying in English, they classify you as international students. So
Okay, okay. So I know when you're in Europe, like there's moving around in other European countries, like it's easy. Have you been to any other country? And if yes, which one has been your favorite?
Which country has been my favorite in
Yeah,
Europe?
yeah.
Favorite country in Europe is Germany.
Okay, why?
Yeah, I really like how, I mean, the German country oh, one sec. I really like how Germany has, I mean, set up the country, right after the Second World War. The implementation of the policies and how things are going is something I really admire from their governance. So that's why I prefer. And also the overall, like, I mean, laid out of the country, because once I visited there, I really felt the country at heart, and since then I really loved there. So Germany has been my favorite. Italy hasn't been bad. I really love Italy, food and everything, and the people here are very friendly. That's one thing I really like about Italy. Very friendly, relatively comparing to other European countries.
Okay, that's great. So, all work and no play makes Jack a double. Are there like extracurricular activities that the university organizes, or like are there clubs? Like apart from school, what is the
Yeah,
nightlife like? What is it like? Yeah.
Italians love to stay outside for long hours. Well, it depends on where you live in as well. Because if you live in Rome, you're definitely going to have the best in the world. Like, I mean, nightlife, perhaps in my university, for instance, every Thursday there is a club time. We
Okay.
party like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. We go sleep. So there are many other extracurricular activities like sports, board games, hikes, many things are included. So it's all fun. It's not just book. No.
Okay, okay, that's nice to know. So, thanks for agreeing to do this with us. So, like, if somebody wants to study in Italy, what advice will you give them? Like, what are your last words?
All right. If you want to study in Italy, for sure, here is a wonderful place to study. Uh, and also they give one of the best educations in the world, because if you know the history of tertiary education, you wouldn't look down on the Italian education system at all. So guys, if you are interested to study in Italy, I think is a good course. If you are coming here purposely for education, I would encourage you to continue with the process wherever you are. Try your best to get opportunity and enter, and everything will be well. And you need to keep in mind that entering into Europe is not a lovey-dovey like stuff, because things are not rosy as we've painted it way back in Africa. So you don't have to picture it all gold, because there are tough times as well. So you should be prepared for the good side and the bad side as well as you entering.
Right. So, thank you, and I hope to see you again on my channel. But like, it's been a very informative session. Like all the three sessions we've had, I've learned a lot about the Italian educational system as well as the opportunities available for others. So, if you haven't yet subscribed, do so right now until you hear from me again.